Good evening. My name is Helena Kobylarz. This evening we're going to be discussing Jean Piaget and how he influenced the way we teach reading today. Jean Piaget was born in Switzerland August 9th, 1896. He died September 16th, 1980. He studied in Geneva, Switzerland. After he completed his studies in Switzerland, he went to work in France. There he met Thomas Simon and they worked for Arthur Binet. Arthur Binet was the creator of the Binet intelligence test. Piaget found it interesting that children, when they've had wrong answers, that they could develop and discover where that reasoning came from. It gave him a better insight to their reasoning. In 1936, he went back to Switzerland, and he was the first psychologist to systematically study cognitive development. In development, he believed that children started learning at very beginning of life, born, and up until the age of 2, they were learning their sensory motor skills, the taste, the see, the feel, the feeling, and they would stack this as they developed. They would continue to stack knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge. He was considered a developmental psychologist of the 20th century, but he preferred to be called a genetic epistemologist. He was researching the origins, the genesis of knowledge. He created Piaget's cognitive theory of development, and it begins in the process of children understanding and learning language. It's their language acquisition, their sensory motor, information gathering. They do it with their senses, smell, touch, taste. You'll see children put their little feet in their mouths. And then they learn from that. And as they grow, they go into their next stage, the pre-operational stage. And the purpose of this stage is so that they start to learn about symbols and relating the symbols to the different objects in the world around them. A teacher, another thought of Piaget's was that a teacher is more of a facilitator, a mentor, an advisor, someone to guide and to help a child learn, to stimulate, to give them materials and interesting information to make their brains think and function. Piaget believed that that was our job as a teacher to do this. And therefore, when you go to daycares, at first you start out in that first sensory motor stage, and the children are learning with little stuffed animals and bright colors and mobiles in their cribs. Then they go to preschool and they're in that pre-operational stage, and you have the ABCs and big bright letters, and you have music and sing-alongs and dancing songs. Well, the purpose of reading is to connect ideas to the page of what you already know. So in this stage here, they're starting to understand to use those symbols and how to relate those symbols to language and to see the world in a symbolic way. Then comes our concrete stage, and that's where a child starts to learn the development of observation. And then after that, that stage there, they say is from 7 to 11. And then we come into our final stage, the formal operational stage, adolescence through adulthood. That there is where we learn that the world is not concrete. All of the prior knowledge, we can now see that there might be more. It can be abstract. We can think. This is where all of Piaget's steps have led us to critical thinking. What we do as an adult with that critical thinking is up to us at this point. And therefore, open your mind, open a book. Piaget's words and teachings to us. I thank you for your time and continue to teach reading. Have a good night and a blessed day.